mentions Alaska because as we speak, the tundra of Alaska is melting because of carbon dioxide. The polar ice cap is disappearing because of carbon dioxide. The oceans that sustain the salmon fishery of Alaska are becoming much more acidic because of carbon dioxide. So I just want to ask you a preliminary question to the extent, I hope you can answer yes or no pretty much to this question. I want to just ask each of you very quickly to answer this. Do you believe that the threats associated with the pollutant carbon dioxide and the threats of changing the climate and the acidity of our oceans are significant enough to the United States that we should endeavor to cap, to limit the amount of this pollution in the atmosphere, Mr. Sturba?
Yes.
I think we're doing it no matter what.
Yes, Mr. Congressman.
Yes, Mr. Congressman.
Yes, NARUC supports taking federal action to reduce carbon emissions.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Science is not yet clear enough to make a decision on the drastic.
Could you turn on your microphone so we could hear this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
The science is not yet clear enough to make a decision on as drastic a policy as this.
Yes.
The reason I ask that question is that we have two very significantly different approaches. One side of this committee believes that this problem demands action. One side believes that this is not a problem and therefore has not proposed any action to deal with this problem. So I take the majority of your answers to be that these industries suggest we need action. And there has been, and there will be much criticism of the proposal we have made to take action on this problem. But we have made a proposal. We have stepped up to the plate to suggest one cause of action. We have come up with ideas on how to solve this problem. And simply sniping at this particular proposal, although in the finest American tradition, is not going to help us solve this problem. And I look forward to one day where all members of this committee can start being part of the solution rather than being part of the problem and not taking any action. So I want to ask about the action that we should take. First, a question I want to ask is, could someone help us on the best way to assist the siting of transmission? I do believe in this bill there are some additional measures we should consider, that as these renewable sources start to come online with concentrated solar, offshore wind, we are going to see a significant increase for need for transmission lines, and I think we need some backstop federal authority to site those. I'll turn to Mr. English for his thoughts in this regard.
Well, thank you very much, and let me just say I would respond that we've got a more practical situation in front of us right now. I think the Clean Air Act is going to be used to address this issue, and I think that this committee and the Congress needs to make sure that we have something that is deliberately passed to address the carbon issue. Second is renewables have got to play a huge role in this thing, and from a practical standpoint, we've got to move very rapidly if, in fact, this legislation is going to be timely as far as, and I think that's what you intend.
Yeah, when you say move rapidly, you're referring to transmission?
And particularly transmission. I think efficiency, we've got to be very aggressive on it, and quite frankly, I don't think we're anywhere close to what we need to be done on that. Second thing, I think as far as transmission is concerned, I understand, not in my backyard, I don't want any part of it, but quite frankly, if given the amount of reliance that I expect that we're going to have on renewable energy and what I think probably the authors of this bill intend, we have to have that siting, and probably we need the siting yesterday, not tomorrow, not 2 years from now, not 5 years. We cannot build the renewable energy that's going to be necessary to move this country forward and to even approach 15% or 20%, much less 25%, unless that siting is done within the next 2 years.
We'll be making some suggestions to the committee about how to move that forward in future drafts of the bill, and we hope any and all of you could help us with your insights on how to draft that. Very quickly, as we recycle the money from the auction proceeds, and I do believe there should be 100% or high level of auction, except for the permits that Mr. Doyle and I have fashioned a measure to go back to energy-intensive manufacturing industries. But as we recycle that, what is the best way to do it if we want to encourage the use of those recycled dollars back to consumers to use it for efficiency improvements? Is it just increasing the weatherization program, or should we have some voucher program? Take about a 20-second answer, if the chair will allow, from someone. I'm going to outgo Mr. Cowart.
We need an entire suite of energy efficiency programs. It includes weatherization. It includes assistance to industries. It includes assistance for retooling factories. It includes commercial energy efficiency as well. The local distribution companies or other trustees appointed by and supervised by state regulators are the best means to ensure that these dollars are returned to customers in the form of enhanced efficiency.
Mr. Greenstein, I'm kind of out of time. I want to respect the chair's
Quickly, Mr. Greenstein.
I was just going to say, in terms of consumers' efficiency investments, you're going to get consumers investing more in home efficiencies themselves if they see the price signal in their utility bills and they are made whole by a direct payment, so they still see the. If you artificially keep the bill down, there's going to be less incentive for them to themselves take conservation and efficiencies.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Gentleman's time has expired. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Oregon, Mr. Walden.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.